The seating arrangement is such that social distancing can be maintained. In southern states of Telangana, physical classes in all educational institutions, including schools, colleges and coaching centers, reopened from today, although the Telangana High Court has stayed the government's decision saying physical classes are not mandatory. No student from any school, either private or government, from KG to class 12 shall be compelled to attend physical classes. And our correspondent Supra Shanti is joining us from Hyderabad. Supra Shanti, are we then looking at a blend of online as well as physical classes in Telangana, with the Telangana High Court saying you can't make it mandatory for students to physically attend school?
Yes, Munmun. Yes, all the schools, colleges and educational institutions are reopened.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, Munmun, schools, colleges and other educational institutions are reopened in Telangana from today. While following COVID standard operating procedures, these educational institutions are functioning. So since this morning, we find the students, especially the school children, attending to the schools very enthusiastically. They are very excited because for the last 1.5 years, they are confined to online classes and they are confined to their homes. Now with the resumption of physical instruction at schools, they are very happy to come back to schools, and we have seen them mingling very happily with their peer group. Munmun, State Education Minister Sabita Indra Reddy has instructed the officials to ensure that all COVID standard operating procedures are followed very strictly in the institutions. So this morning she has visited several schools in the Hyderabad, and she inquired about the facilities being placed in the schools there, and she interacted with the school students and parents also, and and found their reaction about the resumption of physical instruction. Similarly, Governor Dr. Tamilsai Soundararajan also, she has visited some schools, and she also interacted with the students, and she gave some suggestions to the students and asked them to follow the COVID protocol very strictly. And on this occasion, she made an appeal to the parents also. She told them that there is nothing to fear about sending their children to schools, and because the government is taking all measures to ensure that the COVID protocol is strictly followed. So she asked the parents to send their children without any fear. But on the other hand, Munmun, we find some private educational institutions still continuing with the online classes. Apparently, they want to observe the situation for a week or more, and they want to take a call on whether to go for physical instruction or continue the teaching in a hybrid format, that is both online and offline classes. So, other than that, we find all the schools in government sector, all government schools and educational institutions are functioning, and the minister has told that more than 50% attendance is recorded in government schools today, and she's hoping that the attendance will go up as the days go by. So, as after nearly 1.5 years, so the students are very excited to come back to the schools, and we find the school surroundings very full of students, and a very happy, bonhomie situation is prevailing there.
Absolutely. So students extremely excited with the reopening of schools coming as this does almost 18 months later. Well, Suprashanti, is due attention also being given to vaccination of teachers and staff in schools across Hyderabad and the whole of Telangana, in fact?
Yes, Munmun, the government has, the state education department has instructed the district education officers to ensure that all the school teachers and are vaccinated, and see that all measures are taken to contain the spread of the virus. So, in fact, for the last 2-3 weeks, the education department is taking all the measures, like cleaning up of the school premises and arranging the sanitizer, other facilities in line with the COVID protocol. So, the government wants to ensure that there is no the spread of the virus because the schools are resumed. So, no stone is left unturned as far as resumption of school instructions is concerned in the schools and other education institutions in Telangana. The government is taking all measures in line with the COVID protocol and also in line with the High Court directions also. In fact, yesterday, the High Court has told the government not to force the students to attend the classes and not to penalize them if they abstain from attending the classes. And it also told the government not to take any action against the private institutions if they conduct the online classes. So,
Yes.
a lot of choice is there for the education institutions and
Absolutely. So educational institutions have the choice of taking online classes or physical classes. Thank you, Suprashanti, for giving us those updates on day one of